Oh yeah, what's going on YouTube? It's Coach PJ coming to you live from FightCamp HQ. Now today, we're gonna be working on 3 essential drills to help improve your boxing footwork. Let's get right into it. Footwork is essential to all sports, but specifically combat sports where you start up on your feet, right? It's important to move controlled in your offense and your defense. So, like I always say, repetition is the key to mastery, and the best way to improve upon a skill is to practice it. So here's a couple drills. These are a few of my favorites that will certainly help build up your footwork. Whether you're boxing, kickboxing, doing Muay Thai, MMA, anything where you're involving those feet and those hands. Now let's start off with a simple one. We're gonna use cones right here on the ground. I got them about 10 yards apart. You can use 1, 2, you can even just use shoes or socks as a marker. The whole point is that I'm gonna use a certain amount of distance to help improve my footwork. So the cones are essential, in my opinion, for helping with your balance and your overall performance. Now, whether we're moving forward or backwards, essentially, I can start off with something slow and controlled with just stepping backwards. Now, what I'm gonna be doing again is staying in my stance and improving my control of my body and my footwork, moving in and moving out. That's simple, right? Now, again, you can do this for rounds, you can do this for reps, but the big key here is to maintain the control. Now, as I progress that simple drill, maybe I start to just pick it up, and now I'm actually moving with a decent pace with my hands up, my eyes up, not dragging the feet on the ground, but moving with control. Now, there are other ways that we can do the drill with throwing punches, right? I can move backwards with my punches, just simple, throwing the 2 and the 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Then again, of course, I can start to pick up that pace and move it continuous. Just like that. Get to the edge of the cones. You can either do a pause or go right back, moving forward. Now, I'm just using the 1 and the 2. These punches, you can interchange them, throwing a 3 and a 4, or a 5 and a 6. There are other ways that we can progress just using the cones, and we'll have to save that one for the next video. On to the second drill, my favorite. Ladder work, baby. Woo! So, the ladder, it's great for building speed and agility. Now, if you don't have a ladder, you can set up some tape, marker, use chalk on the ground. Do whatever you gotta do to train and to improve your skills. Now, with the standard ladder, there are a lot of ways that you can do this, but specifically with boxing, right? We're not gonna be moving our hips in and out so much as moving forward and moving backwards. So, like I said earlier, if you're gonna train, sometimes do it in a realistic fashion or mode to how your sport actually shows up. So with this ladder drill, I'm gonna be taking what we did with the cones and now applying it, moving laterally. I'm gonna stay in my stance, and I'm gonna step in and step out of the cone with my hands up and not messing up the ladder. I told you earlier, hitting the cone, you lose negative points. Hitting the ladder's even worse. You don't wanna do that. So, hey, let's see if we can get it right. We're gonna do that whole drill all over again. Coach PJ don't play these games, okay? When I step in, I try my best to pick up my feet. I wanna be controlled and smooth, but balanced, okay? I don't wanna get to a position and have too much weight on my toes or step in and move too much weight on my heels. Because, again, the key to boxing is to hit and not get hit. So you need to be light, quick, and smooth. If I move back laterally, I'm gonna do the same thing, but now stepping with my lead foot. And notice also, I'm doing this in orthodox. Ha. Now, this drill can progress to being a little bit of a bounce, or again, we can start to throw a jab with it here. That's one sport-specific boxing ladder drill. Here's another one of my favorites that I think you can incorporate into your training. Now, because boxing is a game of inches, sometimes you gotta be a little slick and use your defense either to slip, roll, or pivot. Now, in this particular situation, what we're gonna do is we're gonna move in. I'm gonna slip to my lead side. I'm gonna pivot, and I'm gonna pivot back. Now, on that pivot, you can roll and duck, but once I start to move, I start to get in that position where I'm pivoting, rolling, getting in, getting out, slipping, pivoting, and resetting. This is a little bit more of an advanced move, but again, the limitless amount of drills and ways you can improve with a ladder, I think are one of the great things that make this a great tool to train with. Now, here's another drill, a little bonus drill, because the ladder drill is so effective. You can do a lot of stuff that will work with power production, right? So let's say, again, I want to drive from the ground up and use my legs in a position to power. So what I might do, again, is sort of go into a power hop. You can switch the hips back and forth, which will certainly help with you rotating and turning power with those hooks, but it will also, again, improve the footwork. Ha, 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 ha. Now, those are just a few of, again, the almost limitless amount of drills you can do with a ladder that will improve your footwork. The big thing about this is to be intentional, right? You're using your footwork to be sport specific and to grow your boxing footwork. So don't just necessarily do it just for the sake of getting faster or getting more in shape, or because you see other people doing it. Now, let's move to the third and final essential footwork drill. The third and final essential drill to improve your overall boxing footwork is none other than shadow boxing. Yes, the absolute best thing that you can do to improve your fighting is to shadow box. But not just going through the motions and just trying to get a sweat or just trying to shadow box because your coach says warm up. But we're going to be intentional with the way we shadow box, and specifically with how we move, by using some of the drills from the ladder and the cone drill. So what I would like you to do is, again, be intentional with where you're placing your feet. It also might help if you had some good music that you can feel, that you can groove with. That always helps, in my opinion. Right, but when you shadow box now, not just am I throwing my punches and working on my defense, but now I'm incorporating that footwork, moving forward, landing punches, moving backwards, landing punches, slipping out of the way, pivoting, landing a punch or two, and then moving in, rolling out. Now, if you are conscious with what part of the foot you're landing on, right, it always helps to have good, comfortable shoes so that you can feel what you're actually doing in the ring. Then you can be a little bit more precise with how you move that foot and how you start to be intentional with how you train. Now, footwork, again, is key, and using shadow boxing, ladder drills, and cone drills can help you, but you gotta be consistently consistent. If you're looking for consistency and a plethora of great workouts, download the FightCamp app today. And, as a matter of fact, check out the Christina Cruz footwork path. It's on the app, it's great. She uses the ladder, and you'll definitely get better. Like always, make sure you like, subscribe if you found value in this video. Be sure to check us out in the next one, and I can't wait to see you there. Until then, Coach PJ signing out. Peace and love.
This is FightCamp, an interactive training camp from the comfort of your own home. Tutorials and guided paths walk you step by step through the basics and sharpen your technique over time. Punch tracking technology and leaderboards provide you built-in motivation to help you hit your goals. Learn more at FightCamp.com.
Your workout, and I don't expect you to be going non-stop.